Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump continuing to try to unwind his tariffs. Trump continues to slowly trend toward unwinding his tariff fiasco. Sure, he's going back and forth on a number of issues, most notably semiconductors. But the overall trend seems to be backing off. The latest is with his auto tariffs. When he announced the 25% tax on March 27th, he said it was permanent. That was the word he used, permanent. Less than a month later, and he's signaling he might be ready to pause it. Quote, "I'm looking at something to help some of the car companies with it." He went on to say, quote, "And they need a little bit of time because they're going to make them here, but they need a little bit of time. So I'm talking about things like that." I know everybody is shocked that supply chains, decades in the making, can't be moved quickly, and factories can't be built overnight. So, what's behind the softening of his stance on his trade war? The short version is that it looks like he's worried he's going to lose and steer the U.S. straight into recession or worse. On Monday, National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett announced there was no chance of recession. He described the chance as, quote, 100% not. It's rare that White House officials have to say there won't be a recession. For comparison, about a week ago, Goldman Sachs raised their forecast of a recession in the next 12 months to 45%. JP Morgan had it at 60%. The Wolters Kluwer Blue Chip Economic Indicators Survey has it at 47%. The chance of recession in any given year is 15 to 20%. There is never a 0% chance of a recession. That's not a thing. There's a whole school of thought that thinks we're already in one. Remember that it takes months for a recession to be declared. It looks like Trump is trying to unwind his trade war because the bond market freaked out, because the stock market reacted poorly, and because other major economies didn't back down. To me, it looks like he's trying to buy time to establish some token wins. Then he'll claim victory, and his base will believe it. Look, just as a quick aside, last time I said something like that, I got messages from people who were upset by me suggesting they'd buy token concessions. My favorite was just one that said, "Citation needed." Do y'all remember the wonderfully amazing $1.3 billion border deal he got with Canada in February? It was all over right-wing media how Canada caved. A citation will be provided in the description. It's the Canadian government announcing the $1.3 billion border funding last year. Either Trump is such a masterful negotiator that Canada gave him what he wanted before he was even in office, or Trump took previously authorized funding and acted like he won it in a negotiation. With the current situation, it's probably best to let him unwind it slowly. The last thing that needs to happen is for there to be a bunch of headlines saying he surrendered, because he might just put them back in place to spite the headlines. The trade war is bad for the economy and the U.S. If he walks away from it, we'd all be better off. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.